So I don't want to geek out too much about like specifically iPhone or whatever, but look, it was time for me to upgrade. If I waited any longer, I was just going to get less money for my trade-in value on my iPhone 12 Pro Max and the iPhone 16's out. And all the Apple Intelligence stuff still hasn't come and blah, 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 blah. Look, I'm only interested in the camera, and that's 90% of what I'm interested in. And the camera I got, and I'm just now, like today, I'm finishing up my first little 2-minute edit of the first test footage that I've done with it. That was for we went out to St. Mark's on my birthday and I hobbled around a little bit, sat in the sand some. And actually, I think yeah, that was before I did the commercial shoot and fucked up my
St.
leg up
Mark's,
more.
did you go right out to Lighthouse or did you go
Right
down
to the lighthouse and on the coast.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
got some footage in there. I couldn't go too far because of the leg.
That's
Oh, whoa, that's that?
yeah, that's the
That's
St.
the
Mark's
lighthouse?
Lighthouse, man. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I just thought it was a lighthouse.
You were hanging out with my dad. I spread his ashes out
Oh, whoa.
off the lighthouse and this little spiral. We put his boat in a spin, and
Yeah.
his ashes made a spiral in the
Whoa.
right there. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's my spot.
Well,
Man. That's our spot.
wow. Well, I got to send you the video once I have it uploaded and done. Yeah, it's a little, I made it for my video channel just because I review, cameras and all that stuff. And so anyway, the quality out of it is definitely impressive. I mean, and this goes to the point, which is that, I'd recently made a video about if you're looking to buy a real camera and like start like really getting into cameras and what the threshold of price is that you need to spend to get
Mm-hmm.
something better than your phone, and the bar is raising because these phones are getting ridiculous. And this phone is very, very capable of, you can do a lot with this phone. So I got it, and it's going to be basically my vlog style camera for the behind the scenes stuff on my projects. I can start more readily, putting up little rough edits of behind the scenes stuff on my productions,
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
my YouTube channel. And man, it is seriously impressive. So, guys, if you're thinking about what I would say is, if you're thinking about getting a new camera, and you also need to get a new phone, or you're eligible for one. I do recommend go for the Pro model because it really is a difference in quality. It also offers an additional lens versus just the standard model.
What does the additional lens do? What
You get
is
an additional telephoto lens,
because
which is like supposed to be,
I have the 14.
yes.
This is a company phone. My company pays for this phone, so I don't get to choose. Give me the 16 Pro, but I have the 14 regular, which is two. Is two, which
Yep.
allows you to do the 0.5 zoom, right? That's what
Yeah,
gets
you've got the equivalent of a 14 millimeter lens on there and a 24 millimeter lens on there. So you got a super wide and a wide, and then on the Pro versions that offers a telephoto lens, and on your generation, I believe it was a 3 times. I don't know what that comes out to. I don't know if that was like an 85 mil, but on the newest ones, it's a 5 times optical zoom, not
so
digital.
that means the third camera allows you to go further
Further. So like
closer.
an 80 mil instead of 24. It might have been only a 50 or 60. I can't remember exactly what it was, but on the newest phones, it's 120 millimeter equivalent because of how small the sensor size is. So pretty good. So I've got some long shots on there that are pretty good. Now, the thing about the iPhones that's different, that's weird in comparison to a camera that you're putting a lens on the front of each time, is each camera has its own sensor. I'm sorry, each lens has its own sensor.
Okay.
So, and the quality of the sensor behind each one is a little bit different. And so the best quality is the 24 millimeter. And this has to do with the physical mechanics of the size of the sensor and what they can fit into the phone and the focal length. And there's just a limit. It's amazing that they're achieving what they are in such a small form factor. But nonetheless, the quality of the 24 is definitely pristine by comparison to the other lenses. However, that telephoto, it is a pretty good zoom lens. I got some shots that I was pretty impressed with it. And overall, the big thing that the newer phone, well, yours would actually allow this too. You do have, for people that want to get into video editing in a bigger way, you have log as a picture profile to film with, and I believe your phone does ProRes, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it doesn't do ProRes, and that was the thing. I think it actually just has the log offering, I
So
believe.
I have, looks like I have options for 30 frames per second, 60 frames per
Yeah.
second, HD, 4K.
Yeah, those are all your frame rates and your resolution size. If you don't see something that says log or ProRes, then it just isn't really an option on that
No.
phone, which that makes sense. I think that
Is it
they
only on
introduced
the
it in the 15, come to think of it.
is it only on the video? Only on the video
It would
option?
only be a video option because those are video codecs. And I believe the 15 is where they introduced it. The 15 is extremely comparable to the 16, but the 16 does look a little bit better. I have seen side by sides because I put in the time and research before I did the upgrade. And it does eat up some data. So I actually didn't get the biggest phone because I didn't want that 7-inch brick in my pocket all the time. I got the next size down, just the Pro, and I got a larger hard drive in it so I can film more because this ProRes eats up some data, man. I can film I got a terabyte size phone and it fills up in an hour and 25 minutes if I film it at its full quality. So you think about how long your phone
Hour,
takes to fill it.
hour and 25 minutes though. I mean,
No, it's good.
it's not
It's
bad.
good, but it's weird to think that you'd be tapping out a terabyte size phone because people never fill
Yeah.
up a terabyte size phone. You could do it in an hour and a half. With
My
this
phone,
Kodak, it's that powerful.
I don't have a terabyte size phone. Mine's already full.
Exactly.
Mine's already full.
Right, right, right. Yeah. Well, I will put that video out and about tomorrow or the next, hopefully tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out a couple of things with the color on it,
Yeah, I can't wait
but
to see.
nonetheless, I'm just pointing out to you guys, like if you're thinking about getting a camera, I mean it's not crazy to go with your phone to do this stuff, and the microphone really ain't bad either. I mean, for something, if you're looking for the cheapest, simplest solution for something you're already going to be buying anyway, potentially, it's hard to be. You can
It's
obviously getting a real camera is great, but I'm just
well,
saying.
technology's there too. Even the so the audio when you record on a camera audio on your phone. I've noticed this with a couple friends of mine who do videos. I'm pretty bad about recording ideas on a video. I'll take a usually the selfie camera, the crappy one on the
Hmm.
front, so I can just make sure that it's viewing the right thing while I'm looking at it because I don't have an external monitor. But I'll record a lot of video, and the video nowadays is great compared to 15 years ago when cell phones first came out and you put your phone in the room and you recorded a live band practice or something and it was just
Yeah,
but now it automatically adjusts the input level to whatever
it's impressive.
the sounds
It's
coming.
impressive.
Even more so if you actually just use the voice memo function on your iPhone.
Mm.
I've noticed because Tim Matthews, vocalist for Dave's Last Night, does a lot of home recording on the voice memo, and it compresses it. It has an auto compressor on it,
Mm.
and it will actually eliminate background noise. It does all kinds of automated stuff, but it doesn't
Wow. So
it
you get
doesn't tell
better
you
audio using the for recording with your phone on the voice memo.
far far better audio. It is
Interesting.
insane how superior the sound quality is when you record yourself on the voice memo function versus just doing a video.
Dang. Well, that's very intriguing to me. So I'll have to experiment with that. Indeed. I actually did I did the selfie cam and a mic test in this video that I'll send you this one that I'm talking about on the new, because they improved the mic. And
Yeah.
it's pretty good. But I mean, that being said, I'm just talking, but it was windy outside. The wind wasn't even really there. Then I did a small pass of a little compression limiter and EQ curve and put a little soothe on it, which is a plugin that I got that I like. It kind of just rounds off everything. I've actually been
Soothe.
playing. Have you heard of this one? Soothe?
I'm adjusting to what it's called the soothe.
Yeah.
I can already
It
tell what it does. Like
a
it
lot.
softens it up and just makes it nice.
Some guys kind of live by it. Like they put it at the end of every mix. I'm like, okay, all right. Not just video guy. I've actually heard about it from sound recording guys.
Yeah, yeah.
So I tried it out, but
Well,
and liked it.
that kind of adjustment makes things really pleasant to the ears.
It just grabs I bet the guy said it too that I was listening to, the sound engineer. He was like, it just I almost can always just leave it on default like 90% of the time. Like just putting it on, it just takes out all the little gremlins that are in those noise waves. You
Yeah.
know,